Welcome to the desert of the real.
And just before we let you go, I just need you to before we let you go, I just need to ask you that final question, Aiden. That I'd just like for you to answer that question about you being a black man and you saying that Muhammad, in all probability, would be an Arab. I was trying to get your identification or your linkage with not Africa, which is where you know you're from, where you know you're from, and you know our people are from there. You chose to associate with Arabia, and I was just wondering, do you see any type of contradiction in that?
You see, I see what you're saying, brother, but you're making a mistake. What you're doing is you're linking God with a specific race of people. No.
I didn't say anything about God.
Actually, brother, you need to clarify something because the original Arabs are black.
What we're saying, in fact, is that we're black people, so we need to have our own different religion. But God, if you believe in God, He created everyone. So therefore, everyone should be worshipping God, whether you're black, brown, yellow, or whatever. So God is not specifically for a specific group of people. So you're saying what you're saying.
Why is it?
Follow this way.
Why is it that the Muslims that were claiming Allah were openly murdering the black Africans all throughout the continent? Why is that? If they believed in Allah, and if Allah was guiding them, and if they had a holy book, and if Islam is the right religion, why were they slaving and murdering our people? In Zanzibar alone, they had 30 million black people enslaved just in Zanzibar through the Arab slave trade. How do you explain that?
Okay, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. But look at this.
I know.
Why were the Protestants, they're Christians, they're Protestants, why were they murdering the Catholics?
So in other words, you don't have an answer.
No, that is the answer. You're connecting a religion with an individual. The religion should not be judged by an individual. It should be judged by its
Actually, he's not doing that. He's asking you a question.
You're supporting a religion. You're supporting a religion. You're supporting a religion that enslaved 30 million black people in Zanzibar alone. Not only that, hold on. Not only that, that was just on the east coast of Africa. On the west coast of Africa, they're responsible for well over 25 million Africans being slaughtered, as well as being brought over here to America, working with the Moors and the Portuguese in order to enslave Africans being brought over in the UK, as well as over in America. How can you, in good conscience, support a religion that advocates that?
Okay, you see, this is what I'm saying. You're linking the religion and the religion's text with the actions of these individuals. Do you understand? These individuals were acting on their own accord. For example, you guys went into war into Iraq. As citizens, some of you did not support yourselves going into Iraq. It did not, the government did not follow the national consensus of the American people. They just went into war, but they don't represent you individually.
Yeah, but see, the difference with that is, with that, just that example that you're using, we're not calling ourselves Americans.
Right. And you need to understand that they say the same prayers that you say. They say the same exact prayers that you say. Alhamdulillah, min ash-shaytanir rajim, bismillah, ar-rahmanir rahim. They say the same exact prayers that you're saying, but yet they were enslaving us. They were murdering us. And even today, you have Arabs that are billionaires, but will not even look at what the condition of Africa is, although they reap the benefits of Mother Africa of raping the resources. They've taken our women in order to perpetuate the same Islamic seed that murdered them back then. They're murdering us today. and you're not answering how you can in good conscience support a religion that advocates the wholesale murder of your own people.
Where does it say in the religion, do this? Go out there, get me a text that's saying, do this to your own human beings. And I'll agree with you.
What do you say?
There's no proof for what you're saying.
That is a brother, with all due respect, you are making a very serious disconnect with that logic.
No.
That's a really serious disconnect. So what you're basically saying is because if the Quran doesn't say in writing, kill Africans, then everything is okay?
No. That's what I'm saying. I understand his grievance. I understand where he's coming from. I believe this is wrong as well. This is absolutely disgusting. It shouldn't be happening. But what I'm saying is he's connecting these individuals' actions with a religion. How can you connect a group of people's actions with a religion? It doesn't make sense.
Because they call
because
themselves
in the name, right, in the name of the religion.
The only way you could link it is if it says in the text, oh, go kill these specific people. That's the only way you could link it. But these people are taking individual actions from their own thoughts, from their own...
Are the people that's taking these individual actions the leadership?
No, you can't call them the leadership. For example, you have that guy, what's his name? Timothy McVeigh? He blew up that building. Does he represent Christianity? No, he doesn't.
No, but are you comparing Tim McVeigh to someone who leads the armed force?
No, but you see the correlation I'm trying to make there. I'm trying to tell you that you can't link an individual or a specific group of people's actions with an entire religion. It's just it's illogical. Because the text...
It is an entire religion. It is an entire religion.
These people.
It is an entire religion whose foundation, the foundation of Islam, the base of Islam, is rooted in slavery, the idea of slavery. To be a Muslim, to wear the title Muslim, it means that you are a slave of Allah. That's what a Muslim means.
Of course, I agree with you. I
know you agree with me. I know. My point is this. If the foundation of your religion is to be a slave to anything, to use the term slave and to create slavery on an international scale for hundreds of millions of people, I would hope that one day, beloved, you would open your eyes and realize that you're advocating slavery by endorsing that religion, and it's your people that are suffering. So hopefully, I'm going to let you go on this because I know that you're in agreement with me. But one day your eyes will open, I would hope, and you will become African and not Muslim.
That's right.
No, I appreciate your comment, brother. I see what you're saying. But I see what you're saying exactly. But what I'm saying is that what I'm trying to tell you is God, okay, does not when he looks at the people, he does not look at them as a color. Do you understand? God is for everyone.
But you know what, brother? Brother Aden, and I definitely understand what you're saying. But guess what? You don't look at people as color because you don't have that type of hate in your heart. Unfortunately, too many other people have the hate in their heart. You know what the ethnic cleansing is going on in these African countries? These Sudanese, these black Sudanese, they are being murdered and killed by the pale Arabs. You know what I'm saying? They're being killed. They are Muslims too. They are Muslims over there in Darfur. These people are being killed by the pale Arab, which is practicing something called ethnic cleansing. And so they don't care about, they put up their pictures of all these guys, check this, check that, no black images. These guys, you go to the Hajj, and you see all these white images, white pale Arabs images up there. They don't put any black images. They give you one black person. They give you one black person in the Quran. His name is Bilal. They tell you Bilal, and he was the singer of the. We can sing. He's the singer of the Adhan, or the chanter of the Adhan. We could be the singers, but we're not in the discussion in terms of the actual lineage, the prophets, or imams, or or sheikhs.
No, the prophet is known inside the Islamic religion that the Prophet Solomon was a black man.
Right. So the Prophet Solomon was a black man. If the Prophet Solomon was a black man, if the Prophet Solomon was a black man and Jesus came from the lineage of Solomon, which it says in Matthew, why am I going to leave my black lineage and go over to the damn Arabs?
Let's just say we're having we're going to disagree here.